Hello, everyone. I'm Andrea, your host, and we're here to deep dive into the latest AI-enabled research tools. Ange is the founder of AddMaple. She ensures that AddMaple prioritizes data security, accuracy, and simplicity. And she's on a mission to make it easy for anyone with a data set and curiosity to uncover and share unforgettable insights across their organization.
Wow, thank you for having me.
Why don't we start things off with your elevator pitch?
AddMaple is this slice in your workflow that serves to help you understand your data. More than anything, we want to give people the tools to understand and explore, because the more we use the data that we invest so much money in storing and in collecting, the more we learn and the more we innovate and the more we find insights.
Perfect. And so it's data exploration, specifically structured data. How does your product use AI to enhance the data exploration?
So we'd already built that foundational piece where we did the calculations, the summarization, the cleaning of your data, detecting types. So we'd already gone and developed that part. We wanted to slot it into the product in a way that gives you enhancements, but doesn't take away from the accuracy and the predictability of what you need from a data analysis tool. So it does three things: AI coding of text data, AI interpretation, and AI summarization of large bodies of text.
I've found doing the open coding and the thematic coding, that process is very natural. AddMaple gets to the heart of the data exploration in a visual way very quickly. It is very empowering to allow you to explore your data and get into the details without knowing SPSS or R and being able to see the statistical relationships very quickly. Why don't we jump in? Show me what it's like for a UX researcher or someone to use AddMaple.
No cleaning, no prep, no barriers. You just dive in. We understand empty cells. We detect them and we group them separately for you. So you don't have to go through and do NA or add something in as a placement holder. We understand empty cells. Include empty if you need to, because sometimes it's important. We intelligently detect matrix-style questions, which are particularly difficult to analyze. Matrix-style questions are really important for us researchers to get a broad perspective of opinions. So we group them together for you so that you could analyze them all as a group rather than in isolation.
This is the product. Let's be clear. We just opened AddMaple. And
yes.
The first thing it asks you to do is to upload a file.
I'm going to load a Kaggle dataset. I've got Zoom running in my browser here, but I'm going to take a subset of that, the California subset from Glassdoor reviews, and we are going to load it. And this is what you would see.
And so that was it. The data got processed.
Yes, in 0.30 seconds, you can see here. Yes, 10,743 rows in 0.30 seconds.
Yeah. And that's like most surveys that I would run, that would be a lot of respondents, 10,000 responses.
You can see here that we've got different colors. This is a single multiple choice. This is a date column. And immediately you expand a column, you see the stats engine kicking in. So it's telling us that there's a connection. So if you click on any of these, it will pivot whatever you're looking at with the suggested column that is supported by this underlying, we call it an insights compass. It's a stats engine.
It's an open source data set from Glassdoor. Each one of these records is someone reviewing their employer.
That is right.
Okay.
And if you view the count, you can see that it starts in 2019 and it goes up until 2021. And you can see that as time has gone on, those neutral reviews have started taking up more space here. No has gone down. We've got these company names. In the data set, we don't actually have industries, but we're going to apply categorical analysis here. So now we've gone from a multiple choice to a text, but we're now going to turn on AI coding.
We're going to group, let's say, the tech companies into one bucket.
Exactly. Okay. And we've got 10,000 of these, 10,743. And I'm going to tell it to give me codes. So 10 codes should do it. I'm going to say, please, could you give me codes for industries?
Okay. So this is you telling the AI to come up with 10 tags and specifically on the industries of the businesses in the list.
That's correct. And because we're using large language models, they understand what Google is and so forth.
It read all the Google Salesforce, everything that was in that word cloud. It read them all and it came up with this
That's
list
right.
of potential industries.
When I coded this, I could have started from the get-go with my own codes. Now I'm going to say, hey, AI, please can you apply one of these codes to each of these company names? And I'm only going to let it do one. And it's now going to apply the codes one by one at a row level.
And so it's doing the heavy lifting right now of going through and reading Google and putting in tech, reading McDonald's and putting in fast food, reading hospitality, Marriott and putting in hospitality. And it's going through all 10,000 of those rows.
Exactly. There you see how it has applied it.
So it's showing which companies are in each of the industry buckets.
With this industry code applied, we could say, give me the average rating. So average overall rating by
industry.
So now we can see that technology as an industry received an overall rating of 414. So you can give it a 1 star, 2 star, and so forth.
Okay.
And if you scoot over here to the stats, it will show you if there is any relationship between what you're looking at here and other columns. So it's telling us compensation and benefits is quite high up. So if I click on that, it will now pivot our industries by the star ratings that people gave for compensation and benefits.
There's a lot of long tail in this data set that I can see.
Open company, and we can see the long tail, right? Add a filter where company has more than 300 records.
There we go. Look at what the ratings are for those major companies.
So let's add a pivot with overall rating. We have aligned these on the neutral point, the midpoint, so that you see the extremes in the distribution of all your responses to get an overview of everything together.
So I love that you get that visualization and that, midpoint balance. If I, for example, wanted to count a 3 that is positive, can I do that?
You can just drag it like that.
Or if I want to exclude them, I can click the little eyeball.
Exactly. You can exclude it that way. And in fact, you could say, let's just look at the extremes. So you could view it stacked. You could view it in a table.
I like this chart. I want to, ship it. I want to send it out. What do I do?
Okay. So you could add this to my report and then later you can go and add your text, or I can share this and it will give you a URL. And this is what you would see when you share this with your colleagues. They would see this.
I want to show everyone that.
When you just look at this opinion scale question, overall rating in stars, the AI engine is saying that it is highly correlated, strong. There is a strong connection with culture and values. Senior management follows, career opportunities next, and these are ordered. So what it's telling us is the opinions that people had about overall rating, how they responded with overall rating was correlated and linked strongly with culture and values. On the right here, we've got culture and values, and on the left, we've got overall rating, where overall rating was the 1. 77.6% also gave it a 1 for culture and values.
But let's show the open coding, because this is the other thing that I think is really cool here.
So we've got a review comment here, and this is where people could write free text on what they don't like. So I'm going to go to AI coding, get codes with AI. This time, let's give it 15.
It is now reading all of the open-ended comments as verbose and detailed, or as high level and useless as they may be, because it's survey data and you never know what you're going to get. And it has now read them all and said, these are the main categories, the top 15 categories.
That is right. And now we're going to apply these with AI. And this time, just like you asked earlier, this time we'll give it 5.
But this is really great. And I will say, I have done this in different languages. I've done this with Spanish from Mexican respondents. I was looking at stores and competitor stores in Mexico to a major retailer. And so I fed it this list and told the AI, find me the competitive stores, list the store names. And the AI had enough context in Mexico to understand what was a store name and it tagged and identified all the stores. So I didn't have to translate them all. I just took them full straight in took the Spanish, threw it right in, and it did it in 3 minutes.